Is finally here. This man has been a lot of inspiration to a lot of people. He's very down to earth, very humble. I call him Cosmos Dauda, CD14. CD14. He is a former player of but now he's based in Jordan. So we want to find out a bit about him, how he started life, how life has also dragged him to, and where he has even got into. So I'm talking about Cosmos. My boss. Today, dear, I have you. I'm not having you on the pitch, but I'm having you in the studio.
Yeah, you know, it's always nice being with you, spending time with you. You are more of a brother to me than a friend, and it's good being on your show. Thank you very much.
I know you. I know you are originally from Nigeria. So, or am I mistaken?
Yeah, you're mistaken. There's a lot of people who don't know about me, and it tends to create a lot of controversies.
Okay.
But we wouldn't elaborate on it. Time factor. But I am more of 50-50.
Okay. So I don't think I'm wrong if I say you're a Nigerian.
Yeah, because I grew up most of my life in Nigeria. I schooled there before coming back home, and this tends to give people so many pictures about. But it's cool. I love being from both sides, 50-50. It makes me more tougher.
Yeah. Now, for those who may not know you, I have had the opportunity to at least spend some years with you way back in Abilingbe, where we go to the GHS Park to play ball. I've seen how life sometimes have not been fair, be very challenging. Tell us about the experience, actually growing up.
Yeah, you know, life always have a beginning, and the beginnings are always more tougher than people may see. People only see you when you're at the top, but below there are scratches, there are pains, there are hurdles for you that you crossed, both in tears and in smile. It's not been easy. But I think by the grace of God and with that strong perseverance, I think I've ascertained to a height where, not really where I want to be, but I'm no longer where I used to be before. And with this, I can only be grateful to God. Okay,
but has football always been what you have always wanted to become a footballer, or there was something you decided to change to become a footballer?
Yeah, you know, I've always had this love for education. My aspirations, apart from playing football, has been me dreaming to become an engineer. But a lot of people don't know about this. For me, I feel like football is God's plan for me. And when God has a plan for you, you have no excuse than just do it. And I'm grateful to Him that today football is fetching me all I desire in life.
Okay, now a lot of people will ask, Scope is an entertainment program, so why then do we have a footballer on it? Yes, I feel you have seen some or gone through some challenges, so maybe you want to share that experience with us, how you used to be, how you met God, and how God was able to, because I know you've seen Bishop Charles, and I know how you even take the breakthrough service more personal. Now that even Bishop. So I want you to share that experience, that transition with us.
Yeah, I'll be brief as much as I can. Life without God is empty. It's like life without God is lifeless. And I thank God for being a part of Perez family. And I must say, right from my childhood, I've grown under a Christian family. My mother took me up in a way whereby you have no option than to follow God. But when I came to a certain level in life and I felt that I have to take up responsibilities for myself, I have to know who to be. And I started traveling at a tender age. So this made me came to experience life more. And when I joined Perez Chapel, I was 14. A lot has happened in my life. I've grown more mature spiritually, and in terms of my footballing aspect, it's been from it's not been easy. God has been so awesome. I never want to leave Him out of my career. I feel like it's a ministry for me because sometimes when I play and I score a goal, somebody calls me. Sometimes I get mobile money. They say, "Oh, Charlie, thank you. As soon as you score that goal, Charlie, I get my healing." I felt like, wow. So I'm in a way serving God through football. And I can never neglect the fact that God is always in front of it. It's not by my power, not because of the goal. I have more finest footballer, more good strikers in Ghana than I am, but there's a way it's been special when it comes for me. But in all, I just give glory to God because I decided to see my future for where I am. I didn't wait for somebody to manage me and push me forward. No, God was my inspiration, and it's always my inspiration. So I just take.
Now let's come to a bit of football. Why did you leave Hasselhoek? Was there any issue?
Phobia. It was a great experience for me. I had to pass through that place. I was destined to play for Hasselhoek. There's no time for it. I would have brought us back to some aspects in life whereby that would be for another day. But I was destined to be there. God wanted me to pass there so I could be more mature. There are things I saw there that surface themselves in my present time in the new club. I handle it with ease. I told God that, wow, if I had not been with Hasselhoek, I could not withstand this pressure. So in every aspect of my life, I see it as learning. I see it as a work in progress.
Okay, now let's talk about your new team now. What's the name?
Actually,
Fasari.
Actually,
I want to get it right.
I'll be sincere. It's a lot of things people don't know. People don't know about me much. I tend to give out information when they are due. I'm very tactical about those things because, you know...
Are you scared of the media?
I'm not scared of the media. I respect them, but, you know, there are a lot of controversies about that. Sometimes syndrome, pulling down syndrome. So there's some information you have to limit in a way. Yeah, but no longer with Al Faisali.
Okay.
I moved to a club in Saudi. Yeah, I spoke with him, came to one understanding, but unfortunately, and I give glory to God, I got injured. So I've been sidelined for some few. Looking at the time frame, I can't be there to heal fast. They have less than 8 matches, so I had to come down to Ghana so I can speed up my process of healing. I hope before summer I could return back. That's in 2 months' time.
Okay. Now tell us, what drives that passion in you? Because there is this zeal for football. I want to know, what is that thing that pushes you? You are so determined. As a way of also the youth who want to become like you.
Yeah, I speak to a lot of young footballers. I tell them that we footballers, sorry to say, we are the most intelligent people in the world, because football is not an easy job. It's very risky. It's a delicate sport. You can die on the spot, no matter the level, whether it's simple tournament or a league system or whatever. So for a footballer, I believe they have lots of struggles they go through. They need help, but people don't see them. And in our society like this, especially West Africa, when you're here playing football, I will use this word, you're not being respected. It feels like unless you travel outside before you can gain some level of respect. But I want to let every young footballer know that there's a way you keep yourself, you brand yourself. Even when I was in Ghana, if you go to my social media handles, if you see the way I compose myself, I disseminate information in a certain level. And some people feel like, oh, Cosmos, is this guy really a local footballer? The tag local footballer has a bit diminished their level of understanding. But I'm encouraging everybody who is a footballer and has taken that task to go through this very delicate sport, like me, not to never give up. Every level you are is for a process. You have to be there, learn as much as you can, and keep on working hard and praying. At the end of it all, you will see the light at the end of the tunnel.
Okay, as a way of wrapping up, tell us, what should we look out for, or what should we see, let me just say, where should we see Cosmos get to in the next future to come? What is that thing on your head or in your mind that I want to be or belong to this particular team or this particular team at this age or this day?
Yeah, for me, I believe every step I take should be God. Everybody is saying, I want to see you in Europe, I want you to do this, I want you to do that. But whenever I move or before I move, I ask God, should I move? Should I go here? And I always get answers. But sometimes it becomes more of like, didn't see very well. So this is where you just have to take the possible option. I aspire to be at a certain level whereby I can be a blessing to my family, run my ministry, because I love kids a lot. I'm putting up some things for them in the future. And I just want to do this and make sure I leave a mark and a legacy behind. Apart from that, football, I want to play, enjoy, and glorify God. So that's my mission in life.
There's a message here on Facebook, but this for Seed Media. It says Seed Media on top, love from Belgium. CD14, this is coming from Father Manuel. And there's another one, Kofi, CEO and Seed Media. We love you so much. Keep up the good work. Now, finally, just to wrap it all up, what do you have to say to people? Everything you say, you mention God, but there are people who believe that football is, you have to go through other means, you know, the black magic style. What advice would you want to give to them so that we wrap it all up?
I'm meant to understand that this has been my rock on my shoulder, and I don't leave it wherever I go. Jesus is the only way, the truth, and the life. Every other way, alone knows. The only way I know is Jesus, and that's how I see it. That's the shortest way in it. So for me, I believe God at the center of it all. I'm okay. God in your boat doesn't mean you wouldn't encounter storms and challenges, but you know that it cannot wreck your boat. So you're on course, you're on a mission, and until you get there, you keep on pushing. So for every young one out there, forget about the talisman, forget about the bad thing, spiritual bath. Hold on to God and believe that at the end of it all, you to end with praise.
Okay. Thank you, Cosmos Dauda, for gracing my show today. You spoke like a pastor. In fact, you are a pastor.
Oh, thank you very much. I'm under the grace.
Okay. All right. So we spoke to a very wonderful gentleman who is now with another team in Saudi. Okay. The Mark. Okay. So we are praying and then wishing him all the best. So make sure you don't miss the scope next week from 2 to 3, and also we'll be showing the repeat tomorrow from 8 to 9. So make sure you watch it. Thank you so much for joining us. My name is Louis S.K. Apeto. See you same time next week.
Silver Krieger on the